everyone, thanks for tuning in to KT Garage. This is episode 64 of the SuperHog build project. On the last episode 63, you saw me drive up and down the driveway. And the truck was driving really nicely, except for there's a problem with the power steering. I was discussing about it towards the end of the video. So in this week episode, I'm going to go and try to troubleshoot that. And I think I know what the problem is. So years ago, when I built the vehicle and I raised the frame up about 6 inches, I have to stretch the power steering cable. So I couldn't use the original cable. I had to go and get a new one. The process of doing that, I have to remove the old one and drain all the fluid. Well, guess what? I never tried to bleed the air out of the system. So I'm guessing there's plenty of air that are trapped within the system because I never bleed it properly. So in this episode, I'm gonna go over the process of how to bleed all the air out of your power steering system and make sure that everything is nice and solid, no air trapped in there. And I think it's gonna work real well. So stay tuned. I'll go through the process with you. Okay, so the procedure for bleeding the air out of the power steering system is quite simple. So first you gotta get the front wheels off the ground. You can see that I placed 2 jacks, one on this side and one on the other side. And it goes right under the lower control arm. There's a flat place down there. That's the safest place to put your jack. And now that the wheels are off the ground, what I need to do is I'm gonna turn the steering wheel all the way to the lock position on one side, then to the other side. I'm gonna go back and forward about 10 or 20 times. And that way the air bubbles start to come out. And then I'm gonna go and check the level, refill it, start up the truck, and then we'll redo it until all the bubbles are gone. Okay, so I completed the bleeding of the system. What I did was just go back and forward, full lock on each side, and I did it about 20 times. Now I start up the engine, let the bubbles come out, turn off the engine, and I just did it again about 10 more times. So I just want to make sure that all the bubbles comes out, check the level, everything is good. I'll take out for a test drive to see if we get rid of that problem I had last time. Well, the brakes problem gotten a lot better. I think the rotor is still a little bit rough because it's new. So it's still making a little bit of noise, but it's improving. Now, I just have a major issue with a power steering line just broke. You can see it's like a spray power steering fluids everywhere. See, all over my engine bay. See, the fluids got all the way to here. Got some of the seats. So I gotta clean all this up. I think I got some in the center console as well, and then it's going all the way back here. You can see it's dripping all over here. I made a mistake of not replacing the old lines. So these two lines are old, and then those other ones, those are the ones that goes to the oil, to the power steering cooler, which is this right here, and this inner line right here just broke. I think it's too much pressure for an old line. I'm gonna have to go clean everything up and then replace all these lines with new ones. Well guys, I just placed an order for those hydraulic lines. Those are 3/8 ID for the power steering. I'm just gonna replace the entire circuit. I really don't trust those old holes anymore. So I placed an order on Amazon. It's not gonna be here for probably 2 days or so. So I'm just gonna wrap up this video, and there's not much more I can do at this point. I'm just gonna check back in next week. Let's see if we can take this truck out for a test drive again. Appreciate you guys tuning in to KT Garage. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. Thank you.